Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, which is to say in the Paleo Hebrew, Yahweh, which is the name of our Heavenly Father, meaning He is, Bahashem, meaning in the name, Yahweh Shai, meaning He is our salvation, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, a so-called black man. Make yourself ready for the battle. Make or get yourself ready to the battle. Okay? And, this is brought on by just the thought, the mindset that, this is the time that is given to us to make ourselves ready for the battle, because the battle is drawing nigh and it's close. Okay? So we have to prepare ourselves for the battle. Okay? And in this time that we are given to get ourselves ready for the battle, we need to make the most of it. And this is the book of 2nd Ezra, and we're going to start at 37. And it reads, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, and we're going to start at verse 37. It reads, Behold, the plagues draw nigh, and are not slack, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, within 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb. Which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not at a moment. Okay? And before we can go, and before we can get the kingdom, we're going to have to go through some birthing pains. Okay? And the pains that's going to come before we can get the kingdom is this kingdom that we currently are residing in has to crumble, has to fall. Okay? So that's part of us getting the kingdom, is having this kingdom be diminished, be dismantled. Okay? So it says, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth. Right. And these plagues that are coming upon the earth, they're not going to slack. Okay? It's going to be complete chaos. And that's all by design. You're going to have financial crisis. You're going to have, pestilence, crisis. You're going to have all these crises accumulating at one time, which is going to really bring on the pains that's coming before we get out of this captivity. Okay? Now this says, verse 39 says, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. Right, that's what I was saying. You're going to have crisis that's going to be coming from every side, man. It's going to be like something you've never seen before, okay? So this is why we have to be prepared and make ourselves ready for the battle. And this is the time that we have, because right now, it seems that all is quiet on the forefront. But then at the blink of an eye, at the drop of a dime, everything could change. Okay? So this is the mindset that we have to prepare ourselves, because you can see, go outside and it looks, everything is calm. Okay? So we know, according to prophecy, and that the signs that we are close to the end. So we have to be prepared, man, mentally, spiritually. Okay? So this is how we go about preparing ourselves for the battle. Okay? We are in the spirit. So we don't be taken off guard once everything in this society comes crumbling down. So let's read that again. 39 says, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. Right, and those are those crises that's going to hit this place, in particular, Babylon the Great, which is America, it's going to shake up the foundation of the root of these people's society, because for the longest they've had this pamper mentality where everything is given to them, and then when it's all stripped and taken away, they're not going to know how to react. Okay? Excuse me. They're not going to know how to react to those adversities. All right? When their bank accounts are frozen, when, pestilence is on the rise. Speaking of these, variants and whatnot. And when there's no more power, the power go out, from electrical, magnetic pulse could hit the grids, or whether or not, however it may be, where you ain't gonna have the luxury of going to the store as you once did and get your favorite foods. Okay? This is the mindset that we have to have, man, and this truth. Okay, so that when these things come, we're not taken off, caught off guard by them. So this is the mindset. You have to be ready for the battle. Now this is it. Verse 40 says, "O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to the battle." Okay? So you got to make yourself ready to the battle. You know the battle is coming. You know the signs are here. It's all in the air. We seen it. Okay? These people are enjoying their last days of mirth, man, of their folliness. Okay? It's all going to change in the blink of an eye, at the drop of a dime. They're going to wake up, have no clue that they can't access their bank accounts, that they can't get to their savings, that they can't access their 401s, their IRAs. The stocks are going to plummet. It's going to be complete and utter pandemonium. Okay? It's going to be the downfall of this society. And we going to love it, man, because we know it's the birth and pains of our kingdom to come. Okay? So make yourself ready to the battle. Okay? The battle is coming. The battle is at the forefront. You're seeing all the signs that are written on the wall right in front of you. Don't ignore them. Verse 40 says, "O my people." Who is the people that's spoken of? The elect. Okay? Those of us who've been called to the truth, and that's going to endure unto the end. Okay? It says, "O my people, hear my word." We the only people, the elect, are the only ones that's going to take heed and hear the word. "Make you ready to the battle. And in those evils, be even as pilgrims upon the earth." Right? Because pilgrims are known for their, ability to just uproot and go and take journey, and just move from place to place. That's the mindset we're going to have to adopt. And you're going to have to be able to just uproot and leave whatever you have. Okay, so it's best that you already be in that mindset before it happens. So make yourself ready to the battle. Okay? Because you're going to have to lose it all, And what good is trying to keep whatever you've accumulated here in this captivity and bring it into the kingdom? It ain't going to work. Okay? That's not going to happen. You get your daily bread and you make do with it. You don't try to keep everything that you have in this society, this kingdom, this captivity. Okay? It's just meant for us to get our daily bread, man. Nothing more, nothing less. Give us this day our daily bread. Okay? So you looking for that new job, that wife that you always dreamed about, those children that you always wanted it, you're not going to get that. And that's designed to get you prepared for the battle. Okay? So you may be going through it where you don't have everything that you always wanted or thought you would, but it's all by design, by the Most High, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, to prepare you for the battle. Okay? So the things that you don't have is designed to let you not have it. Okay? So that you can be prepared and spend your time that you have to prepare yourself for the battle. And there's a proverb in 30 where it says, "Unless I have too much and forsaken, or unless I have too little and not kept the law." So you have just what you're supposed to get to keep you just where you need to be. So if you are of the elect, you can endure and be prepared for the battle. And we're going to get that in Proverbs, speaking of it. So going on to read, it says, O my people, hear my word, make you ready to the battle. And in those evils, be even as pilgrims upon the earth. Right? Because you're going to have to be able to move, man. And if you tying yourself down with the cares and worries of this world, you're not going to be able to move efficiently according to the scriptures. Okay, you're going to be too much worried about, hey, I can't lose this, I can't lose that. I've invested so much in this society, I don't want to lose it. Nah, you're going to have that mindset that it was just given to you just enough to get you through. 41 says, he that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose. Right. So the mindset is, you just have whatever you have just for the time being. But once those pains come, that's it. It's time to uproot and leave. If staying at a place where you stay at right now is going to cause you to fall out of this truth, then you got to let it go. And what do I mean? When they implement the mark, and let's say, for example, if you have to have the mark to pay for your rent, you're going to have to uproot, find somewhere else to stay at. This is when the faith is going to kick in. This is when all your works that you've, accumulated in this truth is going to take, precedent. Meaning that what? As it said in Revelation, I believe the 3rd chapter, because you have kept the patience of my word, I also will keep you in the hour of temptation. Okay, so from you keeping all the works, trying to, keep these laws, statutes, commandments, and judgments to the best of your ability, along with having the faith, you're going to be taken care of. It speak of that in Isaiah the 65th chapter, the 13th verse. My servant shall eat. You should be hungry. My servant shall drink. You should be thirsty. So, take no thought on what you should, get for tomorrow, for the day is sufficient of itself. I believe that's in St. Matthew the 6th chapter. So he that buyeth be as what? Be as one that will lose. He that occupieth merchandise as he that had no profit by it. Right. So this is the mindset you have to have for the battle. Excuse me. Because usually if you are in merchandise, you selling merchandise for a profit. But when that day come, be as one that will lose it, because you're not going to take the mark if it be the Most High's will. Because it's not you that's going to deliver yourself. It's the Most High through his only begotten son, Yahushua, who's going to deliver us. It's not going to be you. Because all our works are as a filthy rag. Now 32 says, he that occupieth merchandise as he that had no profit by it, and he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein. All these scenarios are going into things where you're going to have to lose. And it says, whosoever shall lose for my sake, the same shall what? We're going to get that also. Shall receive. So 42 says, he that occupieth merchandise as he that had no profit by it, and he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein. He that soweth as if he should not reap, so also he that planteth the vineyard or vineyard as he that shall not gather the grapes. And this is the mindset that you have to have for the battle. Okay? 44 says, they that marry as they that shall get no children, and they that marry not as widowers. Okay? So you can see the mindset that you have to have in this captivity. You have to be ready to lose it all once they implement this mark. Okay? Once chaos is, at its all-time high, and they come out with that mark, and whatever you may have or thought you have up until that point and accumulated here in this captivity, you got to be ready to lose it all, man. If you are of the elect. Okay? Now, the other 2/3 that think they're going to keep it and go and take that mark, well, there's a impending judgment that's going to come along with that for them. Okay, but speaking of the elect, the mindset that you have to have for the battle is lose it all. And we're going to go into who did you lose it all for. Okay? Now this is, let's just go there now. St. Luke 17:33. And it says, whosoever shall seek to save his life. So like, let me start over again. We are in the book of St. Luke, the 17th chapter and the 33rd verse. And it says, whosoever shall seek to save his life shall lose it. Right? So if you're trying to save your life and, thinking that you're going to make it out of this captivity with everything that you accumulated in it, then you're going to lose it. And it says, whosoever shall lose his life shall preserve it. Right? So if you lose it, what we read, all those things that you're willing to give up, you're going to preserve it because why? You're going to get it back plus more in the kingdom. Okay? 100-fold. Spoken of in Matthew, the 19th chapter, the 29th verse. Okay? So this is the mindset that we have to have for the battle. And the battle is at hand. It's nigh at hand. It's draw nigh. It's draw close. Okay? Now, when I said that in Proverbs, the 30th chapter, and I believe it's the 9th verse, it says, lest I be full and deny thee and say, who is Yahweh? Or lest I be poor and steal and take the name of my power in vain. Right, so you've been given just enough to keep you level so that you don't go off. Okay? So you weren't given that promotion on your job for a particular reason. You didn't get that girl of your dreams for that reason. You got just what you're supposed to have, if you're supposed to have it any at all. Okay? The lot that you in is going to get you prepared for the battle once the battle comes to your door. Okay? So make use of the time you have now with this grace and build up your faith, because we're going to need it. Get in the word, man. Read, pray, fast. This is the time that you have been allotted. So once the battle comes, you're going to be prepared through the power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All praises. Okay? Now going into Ephesians 6, I want to look up this word. In 14, and it reads, stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness. Now this word girt is heavy, and let's go into it.
Strong's G 4024. Perizonomy. Perizonomy.
Perizonomy. And the definition goes into A, to equip one's self with knowledge of the truth. And that's how we're going to prepare ourselves to the battle, by equipping ourselves with the knowledge of the truth. And it tells us in Isaiah, the 33rd chapter, that what? Let's go there and read it. This is Isaiah 33:6, and it reads, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure. And this is how we're going to equip ourselves with knowledge. We're going to keep this treasure of the Most High. Okay? We're going to take the time that we are given, and we're going to make the most of it, while other people are squandering their time away by, just putting themselves with mischievous things. We're going to make the most of our time. Okay? We're going to take this time that was allotted to us, and we're going to make the most of it, so that when the battle comes to our front door, we're going to be prepared. And like we read And let's go there right now in Revelation, the 3rd chapter. Excuse me. In the 10th verse, it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. Okay? That's going to be the battle when everybody who is on this earth is going to be tried. They're going to be tempted. It says, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So the hour of temptation is coming upon the whole earth. Okay? It's going to try everybody on the earth. Okay? So you want to be exempt from that. When it does, you want to be under the hedge of the Most High. So now is the time that you use your time wisely and make the most of it in a world filled of debauchery, you know, where everybody is allowed to do whatever they want to do. We who are of the elect, you know, are keeping the word, the patience of the Most High, through his only begotten son, Yahushua. This is what's going to put that hedge around us when all hell break loose. Okay? So make yourself ready for the battle while you still have time. Gird your loins. Equip yourself with this truth. Because once the famine of the word hit, you know, that's going to be it. You're going to have to rely on what you were able to accumulate. So get yourself together, man. The time you have right now, it seems like, you know, it may be tedious or whatnot, but this is the time that you've been given to make yourself ready to the battle. Okay? So you may not have that job that you always wanted, or that girl that you thought you would have, or that family you were supposed to have, you know, or that major record deal that you thought you would be signed under. You know, this is it. This is why. Because you've been chosen, you know, when you pray, and we pray that we are of that number of the elect, and that we, once that time come and the battle is here, that we be prepared for it, that we be ready, because we're going to have to be as pilgrims. Okay? Ready to lose it all for the sake of Yahushua, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. All right? We're going to be tried just like everybody else is on the earth. But the only thing different is because we kept the patience of the Most High, that what? He will also keep thee from the hour of temptation. Okay? So continue to fast and pray and keep these laws, statutes, commandments, and judgments to the best of your ability in a world where everybody else seems to just be going off and doing whatever they want to do. You know, we're going to continue to stay in this truth and stay under this hedge of the Most High. Okay, so make yourself ready to the battle, man. The battle is now at hand. It's close, okay? The signs are here, all right? So we ain't going to keep it too long. We're going to go ahead and close out, and we're going to take it from there. This is 1 Peter 5 and verse 8. And it reads, be sober, be vigilant, okay? That's how you make yourself ready to the battle, knowing what's going on. Most people don't even know there's a battle coming, okay? They so far gone in this society that they don't have a clue to what's coming. So it says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. Okay? That's his whole job. He want to devour as many people as he can. You know, the battle is going to get a lot of people. Okay? So his job is to get it prepared, make way. So we going to pray that we are of the number, the elect, and that we make it through, and that we be prepared and be ready for the battle. All right? So that's all. We ain't going to, you know, drag it out too long, you know. So pray someone was edified from this lesson. And if it be the Lord's will until the next time, you know, stay strong, stay in the faith. We almost home. Shalom.